So this is the second part of the untold history of Android. If you have not watched part one, please do. The link to that video will be provided at the description. So please do watch and subscribe so that you can understand this part. This is part two. After this part three will come. So let's go on. So Gingerbread 2010 added an enhanced features to the keyboard and also test selection functionality. When I talk about test selection functionality, I mean when you're typing and you make mistake on a keyboard, you can accurately navigate to a text where you want to edit or select the text and edit. This feature was added as well. So in 2011, an Android 3.0 to 3.2 was also released, which Google called it Honeycomb. So a whole new UI was designed. When I say UI, I mean user interface, was designed to give support to tablets or larger screen smart devices so that they will sync with the small devices. So the same 2011, later part of the year, Google released 4.0, which he called it ice cream sandwich. The function was to bring unification across all platforms, whether a tablet or large screen or a small device you're using. So there was actually an enhancement in the user experience, especially when you're using tablets or you're using smaller device which you call the smartphone. There wasn't any discrepancy between them, so users felt like it's the same thing. You get what I mean? Android. So in 2012, an Android version 4.1 to 4.3 was released, which was called Jelly Bean. So I remember very well when Jelly Bean was released back in the days. When you go to the Android version and you press the Android version 7 times, you're going to see a bean shape that pop up, and it was so beautiful. This version brought about transition and animation. Google was actually working on how to get smoother user experience and transition from one app to the other, and also the animation was purely enhanced, and it was so beautiful to the eye back in those days. So moving forward, Google released KitKat in 2013, KitKat version, which was Android 4.4. So KitKat brought an optimization to the memory usage and also improved on support for lower end devices with limited RAM. That time RAM was not as today. You get about 4 gig RAM, 8 gig RAM, up to even 512 RAM. RAM was very limited. So fast forward in 2014, an Android Lollipop was released, version 5.0 to 5.1 was released, and it was a revamp design, which we call material design. So the whole Android version was redesigned to give a better user experience, and then also the color and everything was worked on. So Android was actually moving forward with those releases. In fact, Lollipop was a step forward in those days because Android really worked on it. In 2015, 6.0 version was released, which Google called it Marshmallow. Marshmallow was released, and it was an improved app permission management, giving users more control over their data privacy. That time, privacy was a concern. You know, when you're using your phone, you want to know whether people are spying on you or not. So Google really worked on it to can give permission to which app is to have access to microphone or whatever that you want to use, and also switching back from one app to the other. I mean, transition was also better improved, so you can open 2 or more apps on the same screen. In 2017, Google released an 8.0 to 8.1 version, which was called Oreo. Those times Oreo. So Oreo also enhanced battery life with restrictions on background app activities and introduced notification dots. So these days, you see when you get notification, there is a dot on the upper part of your phone screen that reminds you that there is a notification you have not read It started from 2017 Oreo when this was worked on, and also improved battery. You know, it wasn't like those days Nokia when you used to get 2 weeks or 1 week battery life. Battery life was such a concern, so Android took it to really work hard on the improving battery life on devices, both tablets and smartphones.